Recently, I visited some family that my mom found after doing some research on her parents. During our time with them, we spent a few nights by a campfire in the middle of complete darkness. They told me some stories about the area that they lived in. Deep in the woods, these people have lived a long time. They have many old traditions and ways of life that people like us don't understand. Out here, we could call them crazy or outdated hillbillies for saying that these stories are real. To them, these legends and stories are simply known as facts. This is one of the legends I was told. Some people are just not mindful of their surroundings and simply get lost. Sometimes people go missing in the woods and are never found. Others return and have a story to tell that can either be amazing and happy or outright terrifying and something they will never forget. When people go missing, many questions are asked. The answer to these questions will usually tell everyone who or what is to blame for their disappearance and if they will return. When the question is raised, did they go exploring, hunting, or hiking deeper into the woods than normal without returning? Then one of the expected answers is that they have gotten lost and died of injury, starvation, or animal attack. Some who have lived there for a long time, however, would suggest that they met the forest guide. Some believe that the forest guide is an evil creature that takes those who get lost and does terrible things to them. Others believe it is friendly and helps those in need. Those who say it is helpful say that either they or someone close in the family were lost and could not find their way back. After following the steps to ask for help, the forest guide would help them find their way back home without being hurt. Others, who say it is evil, either lost someone to it or barely escaped themselves. When night falls and the only light you have is the moon, you will hear the normal busy sound of the woods. If you remain calm and listen carefully, you might hear strange noises of something making a large, somewhat distant circle around you. Then, you will get the uneasy feeling that you are being watched. If you were in desperate need of help and with no other options, you can then begin to ask the forest guide for help. First, you must stand in a clear area of the woods. Close your eyes and hold out your hand while whispering, "Please, help me." You cannot for a second open your eyes, move a single muscle, laugh, or be any louder than a whisper. If you didn't take it seriously, were too loud, or moved at all, the forest guide would do one of two things. One, he'll leave you there to die alone and never approach you. Or, two, if you were very unfortunate, he'll take what you're doing as disrespectful and begin to make threatening noises so that you knew it was coming to hurt you. The only thing to do at that point is run. If you were lucky, you might be able to find your way back while it chases you. More than likely, though, you would be pushed deeper into the woods where the forest guide would torture and finally kill you. On the other hand, if you did take the forest guide seriously, stayed still, kept your eyes closed, and your voice no higher than a whisper, while repeating, "Please help me," he would begin to approach you. Everything would go silent except the sound of twigs snapping and leaves crushing as he gets closer. The odd thing is that you wouldn't hear footsteps, simply the sound of movement and faint breathing as he gets closer to you. This will tell you that you're dealing with the forest guide and not a wolf, a bear, a mountain lion, or another person just being creepy. Once it got close enough to you, it would reach out and gently grab your open hand. Its hand is large and would feel like holding another person's hand that was ice cold, rough and jagged. It would then gently pull on your hand as if to say, follow me. It will never speak to you or say anything during the entire time you're following him. Once you feel that slight pull forward, you can then start walking towards the direction you feel him pulling you. At this point, you have to stop saying, "Please help me," and start repeating, "Thank you for helping me. Where is home?" At this point, be ready to walk for a long time. While you're walking, you cannot open your eyes at any time. You cannot move other than walking in the direction you feel him pulling you. If you pulled back or tried to rest, sit, or stop, the forest guide would turn and immediately attack you. As you are walking, the forest guide will have to make a decision while guiding you home. Either he will lead you directly home, or he'll take you deeper into the woods where it will hurt you. On one hand, if he decides to help you, you will walk for what seems like an entire day. But after some time, you will begin to sense the familiar sounds and smells that will tell you that you are getting very close to home. At this point, the forest guide will unexpectedly let your hand go. You must stand completely still with your eyes closed while repeating, "Thank you, I'm home." You cannot stop doing this until you hear the sound of it leaving. Once you know you are completely alone, you may open your eyes and go home. On the other hand, if it decides to hurt you because you did not follow these steps to the letter, he will lead you deeper into the woods, far away from home. You may hear distant screams and voices while things scratch you like branches with large thorns. At this point, you may try to pull away and run for it, or you might trust he still may change his mind. Eventually, if he decides to hurt you, there is nothing you can do. Some say that once he's worn you down from all the walking, he'll pull you to the ground and rip you apart. Others say it toys with you, letting you run through the forest while it chases you, making terrifying sounds until either you die of fear or it finally catches up to you and kills you. Part of me wants to think that this is just an elaborate story told to kids to keep them from venturing too deeply into the woods. But we attended a large party that they had where other family and friends from the area came to see us. I asked almost everyone there about some of these stories I was told, and almost everyone, in the most serious and real way possible, said they were true. I was laughing and not taking anyone seriously when a large older man with a long white beard pulled me aside and said, "These are not superstitions or made-up stories, and thinking that way could get me hurt." I thought he was threatening me when my great-grandma said that he was simply warning me, and while she understood it was hard to accept, others might see it as disrespectful. It may be easier to go on thinking that these hillbillies are inbred crazies. However, too many people had the same stories they told me that felt so real and genuine. It's hard to think that these things didn't and are not currently still happening. Hey, thanks for checking out my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment below and let me know what you thought. All feedback is awesome. In order to help this channel grow, it would be great if you would send me a story that you'd like me to read or talk about. Just send me an email with the info and make sure to give me permission to use the story. Remember to subscribe and share if you like it. Thanks, and look forward to the next one.